Welcome back to the channel JF Coin. Today we're diving into something incredibly fascinating. A coin that most people take for granted. The humble 1 cent. But hold on, this isn't just any penny. This is the 2016 Lincoln penny. A coin that some collectors are paying up to hundreds of dollars and more. Money with Wings. Today's story is about history, mystery, rarity, and real money. And it might just change how you look at the coins jingling in your pocket. Brain hook. Why this penny is worth talking about. Did you know that a 2016 penny, worth literally 1 cent, has sold at auction for hundreds and even over $800? Face screaming in fear. Crazy, right? Most people think pennies are useless. But modern coin collectors know that some pennies can be very valuable, especially when certain conditions or rare errors are involved. Let's break down why this happens, what makes a penny rare, and whether that one in your pocket might be worth way more than its face value. U.S. Coins Guide +1 Classical Building, History of the Lincoln Penny. Microphone hosts. Before we get into value, let's go back in time. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909, the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, President Abraham Lincoln. Since then, it's become one of the most iconic coins in American history. Over the decades, its design has changed, its metal composition has changed, but its legacy has stayed strong. Pushpin. And in 2016, the penny featured the Union shield on the back, symbolizing unity and strength of the United States, while Lincoln's familiar face remained on the front. Wikipedia bar chart. Why most 2016 pennies are common. Here's the reality. Billions of 2016 pennies were made at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Around 4.6 billion in Philadelphia and 4.4 billion in Denver, meaning most of these coins are common and worth just face value. Dollar banknote. In everyday circulation, they're usually only worth 1 cent. U.S. Coins Guide +1 right arrow. That's because a huge number were produced. So unless something unusual happened during minting, they aren't rare. Gemstone. When a penny becomes valuable, magnifying glass tilted left host. So what changes? What turns a penny from 1 cent into hundreds of dollars? It all comes down to condition and errors. And that's where the magic happens. 1. Condition matters. Proof and uncirculated coins. If a 2016 penny was never spent, and still looks fresh, shiny, and uncirculated, especially when graded by professional coin graders, it can be worth a lot more than face value. Some of these have sold for hundreds of dollars, like a 2016 penny graded MS-68 rarity that fetched around $899.95 at auction. Chart increasing. U.S. Coins Guide 2. Error coins equals hidden treasures. Errors happen when the U.S. Mint machine makes a mistake during striking. These errors are rare, and collectors love rare. Some known valuable error types include white heavy checkmark, double die errors, doubled letters or design elements, white heavy checkmark, off-center strikes. The design isn't lined up properly, white heavy checkmark, misplaced mint marks, mint letters in the wrong spot, white heavy checkmark, die cracks, and other die defects. Some error pennies sold at auction for $100, $300, or more, depending on the uniqueness of the mistake. 4-leaf clover coin value checker money bag. What $442 really means. Bell. Now here's an important point every coin enthusiast needs to understand. When you see an online listing saying a 2016 penny is worth $442, that doesn't mean every 2016 penny sells for $442. Most are worth 1 cent, even in your pocket, unless they have specific rare characteristics, like a high professional grade or an unusual mint error. Sparkle. Some auctions do show high sale prices for certain very rare coins, but that's because a few special examples sold for that specific amount, not the entire year's production. So the $442 figure usually comes from specific rare examples graded by professionals and sold at collectible coin auctions. Test tube coin grading. Why it matters. Here's a critical term you might hear if you dive deeper into coin collecting. Grading. Coins are graded on a scale that reflects their condition, from worn and common to perfect and pristine. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC assign a grade like MS-65, MS-68, or even PR-70 DCM to coins, and these grades can make a huge difference in price. Gemstone. Right arrow. A coin graded MS-68, near perfect, is worth many times more than a common circulated coin. Brain. Real market, not just listings. Loudspeaker host. Before you get too excited, it's important to be smart. A lot of online sellers list coins for crazy prices hoping someone will buy them. but the market decides the real value. Thinking face, unless a serious collector or dealer is ready to pay that amount, the coin isn't truly worth that money. New York Post, how you can check if your penny is worth money. Here's what you should do if you think your penny might be special. Magnifying glass tilted right. Step 1. Look closely, check the date and the mint mark, P, D, or S. Look for weird errors, double design elements, or anything that looks unusual on the surface. Straight ruler. Step 2. Compare your coin to good photos online. Coins with clear doubling of letters or images, or parts of the coin strike missing, can be rare. Test tube. Step 3. Professional grade. If you think your coin is pristine or error-ridden, consider having it professionally graded. That's how big auction prices are determined. Direct hit. Conclusion. Final thoughts. Sparkles hosts. So there you have it. The 2016 Lincoln penny might look boring and ordinary, but some of them can be incredibly valuable. Whether it's a high-grade, rare error, or perfect uncirculated piece, coin collectors pay top dollar for the truly special ones. Fire, but remember, most are still just 1 cent in everyday circulation. The magic is in finding those few rare exceptions that make history and money. Speechaloon. Final call to action. Got a 2016 penny in your pocket right now? Take a closer look. You might just be holding something amazing. Drop a comment with what you find, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more coin collecting mysteries and treasure hunts. Bell Fire, would you like a shorter version optimized for Shorts or TikTok, or a title plus thumbnail text that will drive views? I can create those too. Today we're diving into the surprising world of one of the most misunderstood modern US coins, the 2010 Lincoln penny. Yes, the ordinary 1-cent coin most of us pass around in everyday change. But what if I told you some of these are selling for hundreds, even thousands of dollars? And one specific example is currently valued around $442 and climbing. Stay tuned, because what you're about to discover will make you want to check every penny you own. Bell. Hit like and subscribe if you love rare coin discoveries. Let's get into it. Section 1. Historical background. 0:30 to 2 o'clock. Camera with flash. Historical images of Lincoln penny evolution. Narrator. The Lincoln cent has been America's most circulated coin for over a century. Since 1909, it's featured Abraham Lincoln, the first U.S. president ever to appear on a regularly circulating coin. But almost every year since then has seen design changes, minting quirks, and asterisk collector interest that transformed ordinary coins into astonishing treasures. In 2010, the U.S. Mint introduced the Union Shield design, a symbol representing the strength and unity of the United States, replacing the long-standing Lincoln Memorial on the back of the penny. That alone makes the 2010 penny historically significant. It marks a major design shift in one of the nation's most circulated coins. U.S. Coins Guide, Section 2. What is the 2010 Pente? 2 to 3:30, camera with flash, close shots of 2010 pennies, highlighting D mint mark, narrator. So, what exactly is the 2010 Lincoln penny? The D under the date stands for the Denver Mint, one of the U.S. Mint's official production facilities. In 2010, over 2 billion of these coins were struck in Denver. That's an enormous number, which normally means common and not valuable, right? Usercanbook.com. Yes, the vast majority of 2010 pennies are only worth 1 cent, their face value. But here's where it gets interesting. Section 3. Why some 2010 pennies are worth money. 3:30 to 6 o'clock, camera with flash. Error penny examples, grading slabs like MS65/MS67, narrator. Most 2010 pennies in circulation are ordinary. But a small subset of these coins, especially ones that grade at high mint states or have errors/varieties, can be worth a lot more than face value, sometimes hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Coin Trackers Plus 11 high-grade coins, perfect condition. Coins that are uncirculated and show no wear, especially those graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, can sell for hundreds of dollars. For example, top-grade MS67 or similar examples can fetch premium prices because collectors seek near-perfect specimens. Apmex 2 error and variety pennies. Here's where it gets fun. Error coins, where something went wrong during production, are gold mines for collectors. Some error types include heavy checkmark double die, doubling of lettering or designs heavy checkmark off-center strike, design shifted away from center heavy checkmark repunched mint marks, overlapping mint mark impressions, heavy check mark die cracks or rim cuts. Unique marks formed from worn dies. Collectors pay serious money for these. Coin Value Checker, Section 4. What makes a 2010D penny valuable? 6 to 8 o'clock, camera with flash. Examples of coins with error close-ups, narrator. If your 2010D penny looks normal, it's likely worth only its face value. But here's what you should be hunting for. Magnifying glass, tilted left, key points to look for sharp, crisp details. Know where strong luster and color, clear and centered, strike unusual markings or mistakes. A top-graded 2010D with minimal wear could be worth hundreds of dollars. Some rare error examples have even sold in higher price ranges. U.S. Coins Guide. Keep in mind, many online listings advertise crazy prices, but only certified, authentic coins graded by respected services truly hold selling power. That's why professional grading is key. It gives confidence to buyers that they're getting a real collectible. Magnifying glass, tilted right, Section 5. What about the $4.42 value? 8 to 10 o'clock, camera with flash. Graphic of $442 value. Grading chart. Auction footage. Narrator. Now let's talk about the $442 figure you might have seen circulating online. Yes, some certified 2010D pennies graded in very high condition have been listed or sold in that ballpark range, especially those with near-perfect surfaces or mild errors. While average specimens are still worth face value, rare certified coins, especially those graded MS66, MS67 or showing attractive eye appeal, have a legitimate collector market that supports values like hundreds, even near $500 or more. APMEX. This doesn't mean every penny is a treasure, but it does mean you should check them carefully before you spend them in a vending machine or throw them in a jar. Winky Face, Section 6. Tips for viewers. 10 to 12 o'clock, camera with flash. Visual tips. Magnifying glass. Coin flips. Narrator. Here are some practical tips if you want to hunt for valuable pennies. White heavy check mark. Use a magnifying glass to check details. White heavy check mark. Look for luster and shine, especially on uncirculated coins. White heavy check mark. Pay attention to mint marks, errors, and unusual traits. White heavy check mark. Consider grading your coin if you think it's exceptional. Remember, even if your coin isn't worth hundreds today, some coins become more desirable over time as hobbyists and collectors grow their sets. Chart increasing, Section 7, Context. Why pennies matter in 2025, 12 to 13:30, camera with flash. News headlines about penny discontinuation. Narrator. The penny is officially being phased out of production, because it now costs more to make than it's worth. But that doesn't mean coins lose historical value. In fact, special pennies, especially rare ones, are gaining more attention as production ends. AP News. Rare pennies from the final years of minting have sold for amazing sums at auction, proving that even small coins can have big historical and monetary value. New York Post, conclusion and call to action, 13:30 to 1500 hours, camera with flash. You holding coins, dramatic ending shot. Narrator. So that's the truth about the 2010D Lincoln penny. Most are common, but some can be valuable, especially in top condition or with unique errors. If you found one worth around $442, congratulations. You might just have something special that a collector would love to add to their set. Megaphone. Now it's your turn. Check your pockets, your jars, your piggy banks, and let me know in the comments, did you find a coin that shocked you? Drop a pic and let's talk about it. Thumbs up. If you learned something today, hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more coin mysteries and hidden treasure videos. Outro music and end screen, 15:00 plus, animation with recommended videos like, right arrow. Top 10 most valuable pennies ever sold. Right arrow. How to grade your coins like a pro. If you want, I can also make an attention-grabbing title plus tags plus description optimized for YouTube SEO. Direct hit, just ask. Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about modern pennies in the coin world, the 2006 Lincoln penny. You've probably heard people say it's worth hundreds of dollars, or that those pennies sitting in your pocket change could make you rich. But what's real, what's hype, and how does one get a $442 value? Buckle up, because this is way more interesting than you think. Studio microphone, Section 1, a little history. The Lincoln penny has been America's most familiar one-cent coin for over a century, first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln. Since then, it has been produced in enormous quantities, and today is part of daily life in the United States. The specific coin we're talking about, the 2060 Lincoln penny, was minted in Denver and marked with a D under the date. In 2006, the U.S. Mint struck approximately 3.94 billion of these coins, nearly 4 billion, which makes it one of the most common pennies ever produced. Because of this high production number, most of these coins are worth just their face value, 1 cent, if you find them in your change jar today. Coin Trackers Plus One Studio Microphone, Section 2, what it looks like. If you pull out a 2060 penny, the design will look familiar, President Lincoln's portrait on the front, or obverse, and the Lincoln Memorial on the back, reverse. Unlike older pennies made mostly of copper, this 2060 penny is copper-plated zinc. About 97.5% zinc with a thin 2.5% copper coating, so it's really not worth much for its metal content at all. Yuzukanbook.com Studio Microphone, Section 3. Why most are common? Because so many were made, most examples you find in circulation today are literally worth just 1 cent. Even uncirculated ones, where the coin looks brand new with no wear, typically sell for just a few dollars from online dealers or auctions, maybe $2 to $10 or so. Coin Trackers Plus One. So if someone on social media tells you that every 2060 penny is worth hundreds of dollars, that's not true. The vast majority of these coins are common and inexpensive. Studio Microphone, Section 4, how a penny gets valuable. So what changes things? The answer is condition and rarity. Here are the main things coin collectors care about. White heavy checkmark, mint condition. If a coin has never been used and shows no wear, it's graded uncirculated or mint state. These can sell for more. Coin value checker, white heavy checkmark, color designations. Coins that still have bright original copper red color, called RD, are usually much more desirable than brown, worn coins. Coin value checker, white heavy checkmark, errors and varieties. Some coins have mistakes from the minting process, like a doubled die, off-center strike, or other unusual irregularities. These are rare and can be valuable. Coin value checker, for example. Some 2006 pennies graded extremely high, nearly perfect surfaces, have sold at auction for over $1,000 or more. Coin value checker error coins, like a double die variety, can fetch a few $100s depending on the specifics. Coin value checker Studio Microphone, Section 5. So what about $442? Now let's talk about that specific number, $442, that many people are curious about. Depending on the coin's grade, color, and whether it has a minting error, a 2060 penny could sell for something in that range, especially if it's a high-grade error or collector-grade specimen on a reputable marketplace or auction. But the key thing to understand is this. Backhand index pointy right, a regular circulated 2060 penny is not worth $442. Backhand index pointing right only rare, premium condition, or error examples might be worth that much. Collectors place special value on coins that are seldom found in top condition, and if you have one in exceptional shape or with a legitimate error, that is what drives up the price. Studio Microphone, Section 6. Market reality versus hype. One reason there's so much confusion around coin values is online listings. Often, people list coins on eBay or Etsy for wildly inflated prices, like hundreds or even thousands of dollars, hoping someone will buy them. But that doesn't mean the coins actually sell for that much. New York Post's real coin value is determined by Small Blue Diamond actual sale records from auctions, Small Blue Diamond certified grading from coin experts, Small Blue Diamond market demand among collectors, Small Blue Diamond verified rarity or unusual features. Just seeing a price tag online doesn't make the coin valuable. Only real transactions do. Studio Microphone, Section 7. How to check your own penny. If you want to know if your 2060 Lincoln penny might be valuable, here's what to do. Inspect the condition. Is it shiny and perfect, or worn? Look for errors, doubling, off-center designs, or strange marks. Check the mint mark, the small D under the date tells you it's from Denver. Get it graded. Professional services like PCGS or NGC can certify condition and authenticity. Only then can you really know whether your coin is worth face value, a bit more, or something special. Clapperboard, OETRO. Final thoughts. So here's the honest truth. Most 2060 pennies you find are worth just 1 cent. But if you have one in amazing condition or with a rare error, it could be worth hundreds of dollars, even numbers close to $442 or more, depending on the market. That's the magic of coin collecting. Even the smallest coin can hold a big story, and discovery awaits those who look closely. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more coin mysteries explained clearly and honestly, hit subscribe and let me know what coin you want us to explore next. Want me to write a title plus thumbnail text for this video next? Just ask. Today we're digging deep into one of the most fascinating everyday coins in American history, the 1980 Lincoln penny. Yes, that tiny 1-cent piece you might have in your pocket right now. But what if I told you that some of these pennies are worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars? Moneybag fire, stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes the 1980 Lincoln cent so special, how to identify the rare ones, and what the real market value is right now. Light bulb, Section 1. Intro to the 1980 Lincoln penny. Let's start with a little history, because understanding the story behind a coin is the key to understanding its value. The 1980 Lincoln penny is part of a long-standing American coin tradition that started over a century earlier, in 1909, when the Lincoln cent was first introduced to honor Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. The first U.S. coin to feature a real person. By 1980, Lincoln pennies had been in circulation for over 70 years, and their classic design, Abraham Lincoln on the front, the Lincoln Memorial on the back, had become iconic. This coin was still made of 95% copper, with a bit of tin and zinc, which is one reason why older pennies are more interesting to collectors today than modern zinc pennies. Magnifying glass, tilted left, Section 2. Common value versus rare value. Now let's talk value, because this is the heart of why you clicked. Backhand index pointing right. Most 1980 pennies are common and still only worth face value, just 1 cent, especially if they've been in circulation. But here's where it gets interesting. Condition matters enormously. Gemstone uncirculated, perfect condition coins, especially those with a brilliant red shine, can sell for more, from $50 to $200 or more depending on the grade. And then there are the rare collectible coins, certified examples in top condition, like MS-67 or MS-68 by grading companies like PCGS or NGC, have been known to fetch rare premium prices at auction, sometimes even exceeding $1,000. Some auctions in recent years have shown uncirculated 1980 pennies bringing big numbers from serious collectors, which is why people sometimes get excited about finding one in a jar of loose change. Section 3. What makes some worth so much? So what really makes certain 1980 pennies valuable? Let's break it down. Backhand index pointing right. 1. Condition is everything. Coins that have never been used, with full mint luster and no scratches, are graded by professionals. The higher the grade, like MS-67 or even MS-68, the rarer and more valuable the coin. Backhand index pointing right. 2. Red finish RD, pennies that still have that original bright copper color, not faded brown, are more desirable to collectors. Backhand index pointing right. 3. Grading certifications. Coins graded by PCGS or NGC with high scores have established market credibility, and that pushes their values up big time. Backhand index pointing right. 4. Errors and varieties. Just like with many collectible coins, errors during minting, such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, clips, or planchet flaws, can turn a common penny into a rare collectible that sells for far more than ordinary ones. Bar chart, Section 4. Market value. Right now, let's get real about today's market value. As of late 2025, Moneybag typical circulated 1980 penny, worth about 1 cent to 3 cents, just due to copper in demand. Glowing star uncirculated MS-65 red penny, around $50 to $200 plus or more depending on condition. Trophy high-end certified examples, MS-67 plus can go for hundreds or even over $1,000 plus in specialized auctions or private sales. Chart increasing rare error examples can push values even higher, sometimes into the thousands depending on rarity and collector demand. So while the average 1980 penny in your pocket isn't worth $442 by default, certain graded, pristine, or rare varieties absolutely can command centuries worth of premium prices from serious collectors. Section 5. Cool fact. Pennies are ending. Penny history update. Here's a twist. In 2025, the U.S. officially ended penny production due to rising costs and decreasing necessity. That means pennies, especially historic ones like the 1980 Lincoln cent, will eventually become collector's items in a way they never were before. Even standard circulated pennies might gain nostalgia value. Over the next decades, just like old comic books or vintage baseball cards. Direct hit, closing, call to action. So what should you do if you find a 1980 penny? Today, check its condition. Is it shiny and red, or dull and used? Look closely for errors or odd markings. If it looks special, consider getting it professionally graded. And most importantly, backhand index pointing right, don't throw them away. You never know, one of those pennies might be your ticket to something big. Collision Megaphone. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe for more coin secrets, and tell me in the comments, have you ever found a rare coin? I want to hear your story. Would you like a shorter version too, for Instagram/TikTok, or a voiceover script formatted for recording? Let me know.